Howdy.
Hey.
You're early.
Alrighty. Can you hear me?
Yes. Say hi, baby. I'm excited for today's class. I feel like this is applicable to everyone, not even KVCore users, right?
Oh, because my volume was down. Now I can hear you.
I was going to say, I'm excited for this topic because it works for everyone, not just KVCore users, right?
It's for everyone. So if you use Follow-Up Boss, if you use any kind of CRM, if you have any kind of database, you can utilize these tools to help you for the most part. So I'm excited about it too.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to drop that in the chat in case anyone not using KVCore wants to jump in.
And before we start, I'm going to grab a water in case I run out of the water in the cup. Hold on.
Sounds good. Me too.
Remember that happened last time.
All right. We'll give a couple minutes to fill up the room. Anyone who's an attendee, be sure to reach out to your friends, agents, have them join us. And if I invite you to panelist, we won't call on you. Just jump in so that you can raise your hand and ask questions in the chat. All right. I'll be right.
And Kay, if you'll just let me know when you're ready to begin, we'll jump right in. I'm going to stop my video until then.
Thank you all for popping in. We'll be going live in just a couple minutes.
All right, are we ready?
We are good. Welcome back, Alexis Hughes. Excited to have you on Elizabeth Riley's Thursday Huddle. Take it away, ma'am.
All right, so for those of you that are returning because you've been part of all these series, hi, how are you? For those of you that are new, my name is Alexis Hughes. I'm a 5-time Icon agent with eXp Realty. In 2019, I trained myself on KVCore, and in January 2020, started implementing it. I went from barely closing 8 to 9 million, very roller coaster, to over 20 million in volume in 2020 as a single agent during the pandemic. The only change I made was how I utilized KVCore. So what we're going to talk about today is how to re-engage or get leads to engage with you. You've done all the things. You got your foundation set, you started lead generating, you're using squeeze pages, property boosts, all the things, but none of the leads that are coming in are talking to you. In fact, you're thinking to yourself, these leads are trash. I'm going to stop doing squeeze pages and property boosts. They're a waste of time. They ignore me. They don't talk to me, none of that. So let's get that mindset out of your head right now. If you don't use KVCore and you use some other CRM or some other database, totally fine, because a lot of these tips and tricks will work for you. The only difference is when I'm showing on KVCore how to do certain things, you're not going to have that ability, or you're going to have to figure out how to do it with your own CRM. So let's jump into it. We know that on average, most leads will not engage with an agent until 7 or 8 times. We also know, based off of studies and statistics, that most agents, 80% or more, give up after the first or second time and they stop trying altogether. We also know that even though drip campaigns are our best friend in the world, that our drip campaigns, they are there to supplement us, not replace us. So we're going to jump in today, and we're going to talk about some different scenarios you'll see with your leads and how we get them to engage with us. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go into my KVCore dashboard. Some of this I'm going to show you with the actual lead. Some of it we're just going to be talking it through. We'll go from there. So the first thing that I notice is when a lead favorites a property. So in KVCore, as soon as a lead favorites a property, I get an alert. I want to show you kind of what that would look like. Let's say Sonia Miles favorited the property that she is looking at. Most agents will not do anything, or they're going to send an email or a text message, and they're going to say, hey, I saw you like Nevin Road. Would you like to see it? Do you want to schedule a showing? And I'm here to tell you, stop that, because guess what? Every other agent out there is doing that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what she is looking at. She's looking at Nevin Road, and I'm going to click email from my CRM. Check out this listing, right? We already know she's looking at it. Obviously, she has interest. We don't want to say anything different. What we are going to do is we're going to try and get her to engage with us. And how do we do that? We offer her something of value no other agent is out there offering her. So, hi, Sonia. And you guys, you'll have to make this your own. Some of this is scripts, but make it your own. Just think outside of the box. What are other agents not doing? So, hi, Sonia. I noticed you looking at the listing below. I am going to be nearby today. Would you like me to send you a video tour of the property? And this is going to be interactive. So if I ask a question, I want you guys to answer. How many of you are doing this already? If you're doing this already, open your mic and say, I am. Okay, so nobody is doing this. Nobody is going the extra mile. Okay, this is perfect. You're going to send this to her because she is getting something of value from you without you asking her for anything in return. You're going to go and you're going to video it because it's better than actually seeing the pictures. She can see the layout, see the area, the neighborhood, all of that. You're videoing it because from pictures, she can't tell the closet sizes really where they're located. You're going to go video it because from the pictures, she likely can't tell if there are power lines or a railroad or anything like that. You're giving her something other agents aren't doing. So this can be used in several different instances. When you notice she's viewing a property, when you notice that they're favoriting a property, when you notice they've looked at a property several times. So if we look right here in our KVCore, we can tell that they've viewed it one time from a computer, or they viewed it 2 times from a computer. We can tell all of that. So like Noritake Trail, Albemarle, Brian Burris has looked at this on his computer 3 times. I need to send him a message now with the same exact offer. And I'm going to do it, and we'll see if we convert. We'll see. So when they're, and he's unsubscribed from text messages, so we'll pass on this one, but when there are phone numbers associated, you want to do an email of it and a text message of it. Most people don't look at their emails all the time, but they get text messages just like that. So do it both ways. All right, let's talk about a lead returning to your website. So if a lead hasn't been on your website in quite a few days, and all of a sudden you get this notification from KVCore or your CRM, hey, lead is revisiting your website. You need to follow up right then and there, because the only reason they're revisiting is something in your drip campaigns or your search alerts caught their attention. When you're talking to them, we don't want to, would you like to schedule a showing? Are you working with an agent? The goal is to get them to re-engage or engage with you. So they become not just a new lead, but an active lead at that. They're actively talking to you so you can convert them into your client. So in that instance, if they've returned to the website, I'm going to look at what property they have returned for. And it's, let's just say, as an example, it's Brian Espinoza, and he returned to my website, and the house he was looking at was Tram Road in Lancaster, South Carolina. Not only am I going to offer to do a video tour for this listing for him, I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to say, I am also going to compile a list of similar homes that are handpicked by me and send them to your email. Please let me know if that's okay. So what you're doing is, yes, video tour, but also I'm going to give you something else so you talk to me, right? Because if you're going to talk to me, then we can have a conversation. I can move it further. So again, I saw you were looking at this listing, the link. You can keep that in there sometimes if you want to. I am going to be nearby today and would love to video this property for you. I am going to email you a few handpicked properties that are similar in that area. Can you let me know which ones you would like a video tour for as well? That's it. Any questions about this? Because it's pretty straightforward. When you can also send the listing link, that keeps them on your website so they don't go looking for the address on Zillow or Google or whatever the case may be. So send, good to go. We've talked about offer, and I've got notes because I didn't want to miss anything. So let's say you have leads that have never talked to you. They're not favoriting. They're just not on your website anymore. A good thing to do is to look at them, see where they're looking. So this person is looking in Mount Pleasant. Add the property report, pull it up, and then record yourself talking about the market. So what would that look like? In this instance, I'm not going to go through all of that because I'm on Zoom and I can't record at the same time, but it would be from your CRM, and I would look at the property report. I'd have it pulled up on my screen, and I would say something to the effect of, hi, Michelle, this is Alexis Hughes with eXp Realty. You registered on our website some time ago via a property that you found on Zillow. I wanted to reach out and give you an update on the Mount Pleasant housing market. And then you go through all the statistics that are right there for you. Then you're going to do a multi-property squeeze page. You're going to attach it to that message, and you're going to say, I've added some properties in Mount Pleasant that you may be interested in. Please connect with me at your earliest convenience so I can tailor the properties I send you based off of what you like and don't like. You're asking her to do something, but you're not saying yes or no. You do not want yes or no questions as much as you can avoid them, because the goal is to get them to talk to you. So in this instance, if she wants to talk to me, because sometimes they're not going to respond, but we have a higher likelihood of getting them to respond with these messages. If she doesn't want to talk to me, she'll text me and she'll say, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, Mount Pleasant area. Or she'll say, hey, Alexis, we're open to other areas other than Mount Pleasant. We're just, right now we're not finding what we're looking for. So you can start to build that conversation. The point is, you want them to know that you're tailoring the search, you're hand picking. because every other agent that they've clicked on a website for is sending them auto alerts in the computer, and they're not knowing who they're talking to. They don't know if this is a different person. So you want to make sure that whatever you're sending is standing out. Whatever you're offering is different than any other agent out there. Any questions about that before we move forward? Okay, so voicemails. When we're calling our prospective leads and we're trying to get them to talk to us, a mistake a lot of people make is they leave a voicemail. Now, there are times when you will leave a voicemail and there are times when you are not. And this pertains to KVCore. Don't know about other CRMs, but when I look at my tasks, it will tell me specifically, call, do leave a voicemail, call, don't leave a voicemail. When you're calling and it's telling you, yes, it's time to leave a voicemail, you want to have your 30-second elevator speech down pat. What is a 30-second elevator speech? It's who you are, why they need to work with you, and what you're going to do for them that other agents won't. So how does that look? For me, hi, my name is Alexis Hughes with eXp Realty. You recently registered on our website. I'm following up with you because I'm top 3% in the Charlotte market, and I handpick properties and send video tours. So you know when you go see a house in person that it is a house that you're actually interested in. Please let me know if Thursday at 3 p.m. or Friday at 4 p.m. works best for a quick 5-minute phone call to understand your needs best. I'll be following this up with a text message as well. Have a great day. That's it. If it says do not leave a voicemail in your task, don't leave a voicemail. If you don't have KVCore, you want to make sure you're not leaving a voicemail the first like 2 or 3 times you call, because then they're just going to block your number once they know who you are. If they don't want to talk to you, you want to keep that line of communication open. But the 3rd or 4th one, they're going to start wondering, just like you guys do. When I start getting calls multiple times from the same number, I'm like, who is this? And why are they calling me? I need to answer, right? When it says don't leave a voicemail, don't follow up with a text message. You're blowing your cover right then and there. So that's the other thing. Any questions on voicemails, when to leave them, when to not, what they need to look like, what they need to say? Okay, so this is all encompassing, right? So if I'm going to send this next thing out, I'm going to send it to everybody in my database that is a new lead that is not talking to me or has stopped talking to me. And this is going to require some sweat equity on your part as an agent. You're going to have to do some due diligence up front, but it also goes back to that prospecting we were talking about before with for sale by owner properties. So if you are on any of my other trainings, you know I have a whole entire list and database of for sale by owner properties that I actively work with and work on. So what do I want to do? I want the people in my database to know I have something that nobody else has. And everybody wants something they feel is exclusive. Everybody wants something they feel that nobody else can give them. And Elizabeth, go ahead before I move on. Go ahead.
Hi, yes, I was wondering if you would be able to provide these scripts for us. I wrote some of them down, but I didn't get quite all of the script.
Right. I know this is being recorded, so you can always reference back. I don't have these written down, but what I can try and do is over the next week, get some written down for you. That way you guys have them to look at. Just remember, you don't want it to be robotic. You want it to be something that sounds like you naturally, number one, but number two, something you're actually going to do. Because if you say you're going to do it and you really hate doing it, you're not going to follow through with it. But yeah, I can get these written down for you guys.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so when I'm talking to this whole database of leads that haven't talked to me in a while, or they've never talked with me ever before, I am going to send out a text message and an email. It's dependent upon your level of comfort, whether you do this on video or whether you just text it out. I like to add video. Video has a higher engagement. Most people will watch a video before they'll read something out loud, but you want everything you say in that video to be condensed and summarized in text as well, in case they can't open it right then and there. So what would this look like? Hi, my name is Alexis Hughes with eXp Realty. You recently registered on my website to view properties. I currently have an exclusive list of off-market properties, and I'd love to see if any of those fit for you. please let me know a good time for us to chat briefly for 5 minutes to discuss what you're looking for so I can get the properties that match for you over to you. Have a great day. And then in the messages, right, I'm going to put something to the effect of a quick video message. We have some listings that are not on market currently. We want to see if any of them fit what you're looking for. That way it makes them want to click the message to get more information. What this does is if these people are in your database and they're really not shopping around, they're going to ignore it. Totally fine. They're supposed to. It's okay. The ones that are actively shopping are going to get curious because one of two things have happened. They've seen a whole bunch of properties and multiple offers have kicked them out. And so they're looking for something different, something new, something fresh, or they're looking on the market and they're not seeing anything that gets their wheels spinning that they love. And so this way they're going to be curious and they usually will respond to you. But this requires you to don't send this out if you haven't done the work and have a list already. That goes back to prospecting. So 1 day a week, if this is a strategy you want to implement, 1 day a week, you need to be calling for sell by owners, getting their permission. And then 1 day a week, you need to be going and getting these tours of these properties on video so that you can reference them back, because there are houses I visited 4 weeks ago. I couldn't tell you from Adam what they look like now or anything about them. I have to reference them. So it's something you build upon. So before we go through that, okay, so let's talk about properties that already have 3D tours and videos. I'm not talking about a slideshow of the pictures. That's not virtual. That's not a 3D walkthrough. That's just a slideshow of pictures. I'm talking about Matterport tours, an actual video that goes throughout the property, all of those marketing videos. In that instance, they have a really good idea of the house and what it looks like. And so the last thing you want to do is offer to go and video it for them. So let's talk about how you get those people to engage with you. If it has a walkthrough, you're going to want to get their feedback on it, right? And so it would go something to the effect of, hi, Sonia, I noticed that you were looking at 3735 Nevin Road in Charlotte. Were you able to access the 3D tour? And if so, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about the condition of the home compared to the list price. You're asking for their feedback then. You're not just saying, what are your thoughts? Because if they hated it, they're not going to give you your thoughts. But what do people love to do? They love to give their opinion and complain. What are your thoughts? Based off the condition of the home versus the list price. Sonia's going to message back and she's going to say, well, to be honest with you, Alexis, Nevin Road was priced way too high for the condition of that house. It's too cookie cutter. It's too close to the road on the map. She's going to give you all the feedback. Or she's going to say, hey, I absolutely love it. And if she says that, then what do we do? That's when we're able to ask for a showing. I'm working on my schedule for this weekend. I'd love to be able to show you this property in person. Does 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock on Saturday work for you? If she hates it, you've just opened it up. Not a problem. I completely understand. I found this listing at 123 Apple Lane that is similar in style, but it's priced a bit lower. Can I go and get a property video for this home for you? You're giving value. You're doing things for them. You're going above and beyond so that when they think of a house, you're going to think about the agent that was different, the agent that did things for them before they asked, the agent that anticipated their needs. Look on the overhead maps. Are there railroad tracks? Are there power lines? You can find that on GIS. Is it in a flood zone? So with Brian, he's looked at this home 3 times. What could I do? What could I send him that he likely doesn't already have? Well, I can check the flood zone status. I can check on GIS and see if there are power lines nearby. I can pull up Google road maps for the most part and see if it's super close to the road or not. And then I can send that to him in a text message. Hey, Brian, I noticed that you like Noritake Trail and you viewed it 3 times on my website. Number one, thank you for using my website to view homes. I sincerely appreciate it. I did some research for you, and based on the research that I did, this home is not located in a floodplain. It does not have an HOA. What are all the questions that people are asking? Does it have an HOA? Is it in a floodplain? Heck, most clients don't even know to ask these questions. So you're already branding yourself as the expert. Think about those things. Additionally, while we're on this topic, let's talk about agent remarks. In Charlotte's MLS, Canopy MLS, we have agent remarks and the public can't see those. So when I'm looking at Noritake Trail, are there agent remarks that he's not going to be able to see otherwise? Like maybe the property perks for another home, or maybe the fireplace doesn't work, or any of that. So send that information, anticipate what they're going to ask and send it to them. A lot of agents won't do this because in their mind, they're saying to themselves, they're not my client. I'm going to give him all this information. He's going to go and view this home with Bob Smith from Apple Realty. And then I did all that for nothing. My question for you is, if you're working your database and we're doing all of this, you're not working with another client, why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you earn their business? Why are they going to choose you over Bob Smith, who's a family friend that sells 5 houses a year? Why are you the agent for them? You need to prove your value. We hear all the time that you should not think about the money. You should think about how you can add value and be of service, and the money will come. This is a prime example. We talked about open-ended questions, trying your hardest not to do yes or no questions, but open-ended where you start to have a discussion. Next thing, this is going to seem stalkerish. Totally okay. They don't have to know you're stalking them. So in KVCore, when I have time, and this is just an extra thing, if I go over 2 more actions when I'm in a lead, I can find them on Facebook sometimes. Sonia Miles, that's MY, she gave it as this. So I'm going to click. If I can see anything about Sonia, as in when her birthday is, when her anniversary is, anything like that, I'm going to input it into my KVCore. That way on her birthday, I'm going to send her a birthday message. If it's her anniversary, I'm going to send it to her. If you're looking, don't look at her flipping you off, but if you're looking and you notice maybe there's a particular team that they like, or maybe there is something that they feel, something you can find out about them, like they're from Pennsylvania, right? Keep that in mind. So that way, when Sonia shows up on your dashboard as someone to follow, you can look back on your notes and you can say, oh, Sonia likes the Philadelphia Eagles and it's football season. Let's see how they're doing. And then you send an update, and it doesn't have to be a stalkerish update. It can be something fun to the effect of, hey, Alexis Hughes here with eXp Realty. If you do not root for the Eagles, last night was a bad night for you, but if you do, just wanted to say congrats. They beat, and I'm not in it, they beat the Steelers, whatever the score was, right? That's a generic message. It's going out to everybody. She doesn't know that it's only going out to her. She doesn't know that you found this information out because you stalked her on Facebook. And if it's public on Facebook, then it's not private. So, any questions? Okay, and I'm looking at my notes to make sure that I'm getting everything. All right, so those are my 10 ways that I get my leads to engage or re-engage with me. Make sure you're tailoring things to fit them. You don't want to say, hey, Missy Bell likes this house. She's looking at Clifton Meadow in Matthews, and this particular house is $425,000, and send Missy something that's $600,000. You want to keep it kind of similar. You don't want to send, if all Missy's looking at are these beautiful Cape Cod style homes, you probably don't want to send Missy a modern home. So use your thought process a little bit for that. But this will help them engage with you. This will help them to start to answer you and talk with you. Is it going to convert every single one? No, but it's something you do consistently. So when we talk about daily habits and prospecting every day, this is a form of prospecting. Think about what our favorite competing firm that likes Red Kool-Aid does for their new agents. They put them in a coaching class where they sit in a room Monday through Friday, and all they do is prospect. All they do is call. Well, statistically speaking, if you call 100 people, 1 or 2 of them is going to work with you or have someone they know that's going to work with you. So statistically speaking, if you're doing all of this lead generation and you're getting all these leads coming in, if you're actively engaging and picking up the phone and texting and going the extra mile, statistically speaking, some of them are going to work for you or with you. Statistically speaking, they're going to answer you back. If you've got 15 people that answer you back out of 100 in one day, realistically speaking, we should be able to get 2 or 3 appointments out of that. So just be mindful, stand out, go the extra mile. That's really what engaging leads and getting them to engage with you is all about. Don't do this the same time every single day. Some people would love to answer you, but they're at work. So if this week I'm going to do this on a Thursday and I'm going to do it at 12:28 p.m. during a lunch hour, maybe next week I'm going to time block and I'm going to do it on a Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. 10 a.m. would probably be what I do because I think about people's work schedules. You get to work at 8 o'clock. Typically speaking, most people take a break around 10 before they go to lunch. So that is it for today. I'd like to answer questions now for anyone that has any questions or want to float anything off me. So hit me with anything. And if not, you guys are out of here early today. All right. Not seeing any questions. Well, chat box. All right. Got it. Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Nicole. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Follow the Thursday huddles. There'll be more. If Kay and Elizabeth will have me back, we'll just restart the whole series over again because it's constantly changing and we want to make sure that we're changing with it. So I hope y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Alexis.
Bye, y'all.
Take care. Happy Thursday, y'all.